continuing on into our second part, number 2, on the intro to the Weidel Winners Academy. Let's talk about you. This is all about you. This is all about putting information in your head, and based off 30, 40 years of experience of dealing in the wild and wonderful world of winning. And that experience has told me that you can jump into this world and you can win. So if we have you sitting here, like all of us, you got lots of things in your life that you want to do. And so let's just say that that's supposed to be a person. And so you have in your personal life, you have lots of things you want to do with your health, your family, your kids, your wife, your parents. You have things you'd like to do with all of them. You have things that you'd like to do, things that are temporary or like this year. You have things you'd like to do next year. You have things you'd like to do sometime down the road, but just things. You have things in your community. You have things in your church. You have things you'd like to do at work, in your career. Isn't that a big thing? You'd have things, especially with your kids, you have all kind of activities things you'd like to provide for them. Educational opportunities. Now, little extras, sports things. Not only sports they play in, but maybe sports camps. Things like that. Equipment. See, there's goals. We have all of these things that are more or less items on our to-do list. So you get, as you go through life, it happens day to day, minute to minute, items that we want to do, and obtaining that, making that happen, more or less is going to be a project. You're going to have to do things. You're going to have to take some time. You're going to have to find a time in your schedule, spend some money, go to a place, figure out the best one. Everything's a project. So all of these to-do items on your wish list, you develop this huge checklist in every area of your life. We want to do that. We want to do that. We want to do that. So each one of them become a project. And to a large degree in life, they're not all equal in value, but you would love to do the projects that are most important to you. So it becomes a thing like this. Each one of these things becomes like a block of time. It's almost like the New Year's resolution thing. Here you are here. It's not done. Here it is when it's done. Now what you want to do is, as fast as possible, get that thing done. Bada bing. We're excited. It was a goal. I achieved it. There's no excitement in planning it, wanting to do it. The excitement only comes after you achieve it. But now what happens to us? We go and we get sidetracked. We'll get started for a while, and we know what to do. We get off to a great start. We know exactly what to do. We're moving up here, and then we get into the area of, I'm not sure now which direction to proceed from here, and so you can get detoured. And this is why people will go and they'll be on track for something. They lose focus. They get bad advice. They get bad input. So they start experimenting. Here, when you know exactly what to do, you're right on track. You're moving through, no question about it. But then eventually, from success, you outgrow the area that you're confident of how to finish it. And then that's where you start making mistakes, wandering all over, and then you go backwards and all over, and then most of the time, people either don't get it or they might wind up with a version that's a little bit less, not quite as thrilling, and you have a little empty feeling about it. The whole idea here is how can we go and how can we move and put the odds, you're never guaranteed of success in life, but how can we put the odds in your favor? How can we move you from uncertainty over here to certainty? See, even though things are not guaranteed, when you know you have a game plan other people have done, a method, an idea, a concept, a way of doing it, other people have done, you're convinced, you're confident, you're moving. But when you get into the unknown, when you're unsure, that's when you fall apart. And a big example of that is Jim Bone. Jim Bone tells a story of when he went to Vegas. We had conventions in Vegas. And he said what happens is so this is Jim Bone. Up in Canada, very successful $1 million earner, Jim Bone. He said, we had a convention in Vegas. He knows a lot of people, like everybody else, they're going to probably want to go down in the casino and hit the blackjack tables. That's the easiest way of doing any kind of gambling, having a little fun, and take a little money. But he said what he did, most people go in and they lose. But he said, I'm going to read the book. He found a book on blackjack. He read the book. He learned how to put the odds in his favor. He learned the odds. Now, anytime you play any of these games of chance, it's like you're not guaranteed success, but you could put the odds in your favor. You know what? 8 out of 10 times he comes out a winner when he goes to that blackjack table because he knows how to play and put the odds in his favor. See, that's what learning, that's what really Weidel Academy is all about. It's about giving you ideas where you can put these odds in your favor. So that's part 2 of our intro, and the Academy is based on some beliefs. If you're interested in seeing what and hearing what some of those beliefs are, you might want to punch in on part 3 of our intro. If not, go dig into some of the other videos.